Good morning, everyone. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning. Dynamite service with explosive results. Every once in a while, guys, you're going to arrive on a property in an affluent, nice neighborhood that just has not been cleaned in a really, really long time. I'm making this video because if you are doing your measurements on Google Earth, we have a charge that we use based on fair market value. And so, in 2018, anywhere between 18 to 22 cents a square was par for the course. It really depends on the type of surface that you're cleaning, and it's also going to depend on what types of solutions are you using. So if you're using Front 9 restoration products, those are going to be a lot more expensive than your, sodium hypochlorite and surfactant. So it depends on what you're going to be using. Do you have to do rust iron and sulfur removal? How many hours are you going to be there to do the job? So if I were to do this proposal via the internet on Google Earth, take measurements and give them, an idea, I would be very not accurate. So, the price that I came up with when I got here and saw what I'm going to be getting into, obviously, there's so much more work that needs to be done on this property than was shown from both property appraisers with square footage and Google Earth, not only taking measurements, but being able to see the home. So a lot of times in person is much more effective. So I'm gonna turn you guys around here. I've got my portfolio in my hand, so pardon the camera work. But you can see what the deck looks like. You can see the super gutter, which is above there. It's rotten and completely full of leaves. So we have splines that are missing. The deck, we can obviously get that all cleaned up. But we do have some small trees that are growing through the concrete here. So those are gonna have to be pulled up. And you can see the mold here and the mildew and the lichen, which isn't really that bad. But I will say it's very difficult to remove lichen. You're supposed to just kill it and let it die, especially when you have a lot of compromised splines. You've got holes in the screen. You've got a lot of pine needles that are growing through. And you can just really see what these screens look like and what the frames look like. So this isn't your everyday average just clean. And I'm going to show you kind of some of that lichen. Let me put this portfolio between my legs so that I can kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. So that's lichen up there. And then there's air plants that are growing up there. So that is really quite the project. So all your beams are covered. Your deck is in really, really bad condition. And you've got a lot of mud. All of these plants are going to have to be removed. You can just see the tint of green that's on these screens, which that all comes off very easily with sodium hypochlorite. But there's a lot of work to be done in here, and it's telling me that drainage isn't that good. So it's gonna be very difficult. Your whole deck itself is completely cracked and sagging. You see? So we're also going to be doing a ton of flat work around this area, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see, and we could walk in there, but I wanted you to see, that's the super gutter that sort of diverts water off of the roof down the downspouts. And it's just packed full of leaves. So there's a lot of areas that are compromised here. And in one particular section, you can just kind of see the growth. And this is all normal, your moss that builds up in the frames. But we did see here where you've got, your moss, you've got your lichen, you've got your mildew, you've got your mold, but you also have splines that are compromised, right? So the screens are out of the spline. So you know, there's a lot of things to sort of take into consideration here when you're bidding this type of job. That's what this video was about, doing those in-person estimates. This homeowner is not here, they're at work, and we are in a very, very nice neighborhood, and unfortunately this house has sat and sat and sat and has not been maintained. So when I first drew up my proposal based on Google Earth and property appraisers, I came up with a figure on square footage. When I arrived to the property, I saw that this is going to require a great deal more labor and man hours to really make it look as new as possible. Keep cleaning out there. If you have any questions, 386-453-4213. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.